bad fingering. One of the comments on previous video was using economy picking for arpeggios, and he mentioned the stretching. Okay, this is bad. Anytime you put a fret between two fingers, no good. You're going to get some fucked up fingering, and you tend to go, three notes per string. Bullshit. Don't work. One finger per fret, major 7. Okay? One octave you do it, not this way. I mean, that's okay too. It's not really that bad, but you tend to use them more in one octave. Okay, now watch this. Now, same sound, same string. Other way. First finger. That'll be like, well, let's see. Suppose this, not clean. Dominant 7. Dominant. Here's a dominant that I like, because they have inversions too, from the root, from the third. Okay, I like to do this one from the 5th. Let's see what we got here. Flat to 5, raise to 5, flat 9, one finger per fret. I see all kinds of people using bad fingerings, and it kind of affects the music. It affects their time more than anything, and where it just feels like you're really struggling to get out. It's just the simplest idea, so-called professional jazz guitarists, many of them. Okay, let's see. Looks like people signed in here. What kind of double stops would you typically play? Well, can't answer would play over dominant chord. It has to be in context. But to answer it, this one I like. I might do it on, but see, the quality, it really doesn't matter. I can do it on major 7. Major 7, dominant. it, maybe. Minor. Make it major sixth. What else we got here? Two string, major seventh arpeggio. Two strings. I don't see how it's possible. Oh, maybe you mean this? Best part of the tune's coming. Okay, what's this question here? Why is guitar dead these days? Why did people stop caring about music composition? Badass chord voicings. Well, you got me. It does seem that it's kind of drying up. I don't know the reason. Uh, George Van Eps, what a genius. Something's always moving in his lines. Always, let's see. Here we go. There's a note I hear moving. Hello, Pigeon Man. You guys don't have to call me Mr. Boone. Call me Jimmy. Jimmy or asshole. You know, I'll answer to anything. I know I'm old. I'm so fucking lazy. Look at this. Look like a homeless person. You know? Anyway, I was bored and I thought maybe I'll play some guitar, break up the monotony. Let's see. C major 9, augmented 11, arpeggio. Facial hair looks good like De Niro. Ted Green, what a nice man. So glad I got to meet him. He's very, very shy, you know? I met him at one of those John Pisano guitar nights in L.A. And he was very shy person, and John got him, to host his own, not host, but feature him, at one of the guitar nights, and he had like two Telecasters. And I think one was tuned down a whole step. I don't know why. Let's see. Favorite harmony of Green Dolphin Street. I never have. Every time I play a song, it's different. I try to come up with different ways to do it. There's lots of ways. Here's one way. I really like this guitar. I don't know how to say your name. General Minor. General Minor? Okay. But yeah, I like this guitar a lot. I think they call it a T486. Guitar stays in tune. And I like that you can play stuff up here. Let's see. I don't know where the harmonic is here. Oh, it's right above the screw on the pickup. I had to play that one time. Some studio date in LA. Tommy Tedesco was sitting next to me. And during the run through, it's just an E minor. And he laughed. I said, "What's the matter with that?" He says, "Do you know what your chances are of hitting that note correctly every time?" He says, "No." He says, "Probably none." I says, "Well, what would you do?" He says, "I would do this." He's not going to know that. He's not going to know the difference. But I did do it many times. Yeah, like 3 or 4 times in a row. Luck. Oh, gin rye. Okay. Oh, Basslines. D minor G7. Look, there's those 3-note chords which some people still want to play 4-note chords. Okay, look, that's why I finger it this way and not this way. Turn around to 2. You approach the bass lines either a whole or half step above or below the root. Example. Whole step to the G7. Whole step to the major. Okay? Here's where the half step. All right, another way. Right tone sub. Now, look at this. Speaking of George Van Apps, he inspired me to do it this way. Okay, contrary motion. Only sounds different, dissonant if I stop running. Better way. And you play harmonica. No, but I wish I did. Look at that Toot Staleman. B flat is not a good key for that because it's in a weird spot on the guitar. I like it in G. I really don't know what key Toot Staleman did in it. I think it was G, to tell you the truth. They got to play it in B flat because they're fucking saxophone players. You know, if they have to play it in G, tenor player, he's in A. In the alto, though, in G, guy would have to play it in E. So they don't like to do that. So, anyway, Goudry. I'm saying it wrong. Ever lock up like big stretches? Not really. No. You know, unless I love this chord. Something's out of tune in here. If you're warmed up, you shouldn't lock up. And if it hurts to do it, don't do it. Because you're probably going to damage. There's the note, son of a bitch. Let's see if it sounds any better now. Here's the chord, C minor. I made it a ninth, put the ninth in it. Put the 11th on the top. Bass note, see? $10 chord. No. Never did these live things before. I kind of like it. I like to. Your playing is insane. No, it's me that's insane for playing the guitar. This guitar, believe it or not, T486 with the case, $1,500. Pretty good deal. I think you can get them in Sweetwater, Reverb. I don't know if they sell the company Eastman. I don't know if they sell directly to the public, but they make a lot of other nice guitars too. There's one that really got a nice arch top that looks really good. Lenny. Good question about Lenny. Thoughts on Lenny? Hold on. You mean Lenny Bro? Is that what you're talking about? Uh, yeah, Lenny Bro. Never got to meet him, but wish I did. Um, Playing is nuts. Really good. I really enjoyed his playing a lot. Man, his use of harmonics, that's all this. I used to be able to do this. Can't do it. He really had that down. It's a shame that I don't know whether it was drugs or booze got him. Very mysterious death too. You know? Ted Green. I don't play 7-string yet. Harp harmonics yet. A lot of shit you do on the guitar, you know? It's usually the way I tune the chord. Tune guitar. George Van Eps played 7-string. He had a Gretsch guitar that they made for him. And watching him play, well, it was hard to really watch because something was always moving. And also, I played a couple tunes with him. And if I looked over him, I said to him one time, it looks like we're playing in two different keys, but it doesn't sound like it. So he got the guitarist tuning, it's low A, okay? Now, what he did was he tuned the guitar a whole step lower, okay? Because it made the tensions on the strings softer, because he was used to playing, with his fingers like a classical guitar. Very nice man. Tal Farlow. Met them all. I met Tal Farlow at his 75th birthday party. And he want to play it. I said, let's play Have You Met Miss Jones? The tune that I ever heard you play, and it knocked me out. He did. From LA. Yeah, I guess I have a Philly accent. When I moved to LA, I had an accent. Then it went away. The B section change fields with the B section. Hey, Matt, how are you? On the head sometimes, but not during the solos. I just prefer to swing. I know what you're talking Big filthy today. Let's see, what's this question? Philadelphia had a lot of crime. Did I switch somewhat? Went away. Oh boy. Some kind of riff. I don't know what it means. It's blacked out there. Oh, punk riffs. I don't know any. Uh, more like a horn lines. Also a vocal. If it's a ballad. You know. The B section of Caravan. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Let's see. What is that? I forget the bridge. Um, I've done it both ways. I don't like it to switch back and forth too much. Filthy Delphia. Yeah, it is. Let's see. What's this? Why? Uh, why E flat tune feels more calmer? I don't know if it feels more calmer, but a lot of the standards are coming out in E flat. The real reason is it's all these tunes are from Tin Pan Alley, plays. And a male voice, that's a tenor, that's the perfect range for them. Now, for female voices, if songs in E flat, they'll either the female will sing in either A flat or B flat, fourth or fifth, above or below it is above to me, um, the original key. That's Pasquale Grasso. I think it's the best thing that ever happened to goddamn guitar. That kid can play so well. He listened to Bud Powell and Art Tatum. He can play that shit so goddamn good. So it's really, really different. It's very unique sounding, and he's got chops to burn. Maurice, favorite tune of all time. Depends. Today I've grown accustomed to your face, or sometimes I call it I've thrown a custard in her face. Uh, hey Pascal, how are you? Students. Actually, he played very, very good. What did I listen to? Um, Good quote. I don't know if these are recorded. I started out with Hank Garland was the first jazz guitar player I ever heard. Jazz Winds from a New Direction. Him, Gary Burton, Joe Morello on drums. Forget who the bass player is. I listened to that. Then Johnny Smith. And then Howard Roberts, Del Farlow, Barney Kessel. And when I got more, when I practiced more, like maybe around 18, I started to listen to saxophone players. I like acoustic jazz guitar. Grant Green, yeah, very good. What do you think is the number one most overlooked thing that guitarists should practice and focus on? Ear training, correct fingerings, uh, learning tunes by ear. You'll never forget the tune. What's this? Oh, the split parallelogram inlays. I thought it was a geometry question. No, no more websites coming. I took down jimmybruno.com. Pain in the ass. What is your next album? Don't have any plans to make any. John McLaughlin? Oh, I like John McLaughlin. He's a great player. Got to meet him too. And as well as I hold him in high esteem. And as much as I admire his playing, it's so good. He is such a person that is also very good. Really a nice guy. Every time he made an album, it was always different than the one before. He was one of the few guitarists that could pull that off, you know. But I like him. Some of that Mahavishnu stuff was way ahead of its time. I think Hank's version of Polka Dots and Moonbeams, great song. Love Bill Evans. Song. Warm up for a gig. Like that, maybe. Oh, I don't know if I haven't played that. What are you doing? I got polka dots in my mind. Got a good version. And, Michelle Legrand, good song. I don't think it's particularly good to solo over. I love Bill Evans. There's always a half step in every voice where I got a lot of these ideas from. Too much of jazz is so sad. Well, I don't know who Roy Lanham is. Sight reading. Um, Very difficult to sight read. Like a horn player. Guitars have too many fingerings, whereas like a horn, they see a note. Your fingers do the same thing. When a guitar is not so. So I got rid of all this shit. All those strange. Oh, this. There's another. So I look at the highest note of the passage, the lowest note, find a good position to doing it in which would involve the least amount of shifts. And I also learned to read one bar ahead. Um, how you do that is take some written piece of music that you know really well. And then you can practice it. You know what it's going to sound like because you really know it. And try looking one beat ahead. And that's how you learn to do it. And the hardest thing about sight reading is the rhythmic aspect of it. So I found that I feel everything in two. It means 1, 2, 1, 2. So that when if you tap your foot, the note is either when your foot's down or when it's up. And that is true. And I really don't count because I know what the rhythms sound like. But in the beginning I had to. It's very hard to sight read on the guitar. I haven't done it in a while, so I don't even know if I have that ability anymore. I wouldn't want to sight read like a Charlie Parker thing. That would take some preparation. Bobby Rose. I met Bobby several times and never got to play with him. He played with Pat a lot, Pat Martino. Let's see. Art Weinstein. Him, I don't know. Um, Bobby Rose, I think Bobby Rose passed away. Not sure. I'm not sure. Getting sentimental over you. I'm not sure which tune that is. That by title. Can't think of the melody to that. I used to play that a lot. Damien from Chicago. How are you, Damien? How's Chicago? So many jazz tunes like Bill Evans. Too sad for me. I suppose, you know. Um, Funkalero. That's not a sad tune. I used to know it. I forgot it. But it has a lot of O men and 11s in it, which I don't think is a sad sound, you know? Wonder how long they'll let me stay on this thing here. I don't know. Sylvain Luc just died. That's the first I've heard of him, and I haven't had a chance to listen to his music. I mean, people speak very highly of him. I'm gonna have to check him out. Yeah, I'm still in touch with Jack. Yeah, He's got a lot of health issues. What a great guy. I remember one time at a NAMM show. Okay, I was in a limousine, and I was in the middle of Tommy Tedesco and Jack Cicchini in the back seat. Okay, these guys are heavy set guys, right? Jack Cicchini leaned over to Tommy Tedesco and said, "Do you know that if this driver takes a hard left, we're going to squash Jimmy like a bug?" uh, I always loved Jack. One of the few guitar players in the world that can play classical guitar with the best of them and jazz guitar with the best of them. It's the only guitar player I ever met that had that ability. You know, good tunes for a beginner. Yeah, a couple of them. Blue Bossa. You only have two pitch collections: E flat and D flat. That's E flat. F minor is the four chord, still E flat. D minor 7 flat 5, still E flat. That's the chord there. Now that's 2 5 in minor key. A couple ways to do it. You could ignore the G7 because there's a note here that's not in a G7 chord. But look at the melody. So you can just play E flat through the G7, and it comes out like this. See? And then 2 5 1 a major. A flat 7, D flat major. D minor 7 flat 5, E flat. 23. Actually, that's a stretch, isn't it? That Satin Doll has a lot of 2 5s. I remember April's another good one. I don't have any 7-string guitars anymore. Um, Getting the fingerings down to learn by ear fingerings. No, you'd have to. I can show you fingerings that I use if you took a lesson. If you did it by ear, I don't know. You might get some really screwed, really fucked up fingerings. Stretch chords. I'm going to show you something. There's a trick to this. The first one is don't think about it, but you won't do it. But look where my elbow is. You see that? If he's trying to do it, well, I can't do it that way. See? So, little guitar trick, Okay, never worked with her, but I sure played with her a lot. She's originally, but she's a guitar player, a very good jazz guitar player too. Always enjoyed hanging out with her. She was a lot of fun to be with. Uh, Tuck Anderson. Oh, Tuck in. Who am I thinking of? Tuck. Yeah, Tuck and Patty. He plays great too. Oh, you learn. Watch. You learn them. Fourths, six, oh maybe. Don't know that one. Tuck Anders, yeah, Anders. Yeah. Eddie Gomez on bass, Buddy Rich on drums. Who would you put on guitar, dead or alive, for this trio? Wes Montgomery. Yeah, that's an interesting question. Maybe Alan Holdsworth too. You know, I like Eddie Gomez. He's such a virtuoso. He can solo with a bow, and it sounds like up high, impeccable pitch. Sounds like a cello. You know, played a lot of times with Bucky Pizzarelli. Lots of times. Me, Bucky, Howard Alden, me, Bucky, Frank Vignola. Sometime all four of us. He's a real gentleman. Well, okay, I think I'm going to end this. Let's see. Strangest guitar you've seen used to play some great sounding jazz. Well, look at Ed Bickert on the telly. Uh, there's also, um, I don't know if they make these anymore. I mean, those really short guitars, no headstock. I forget what they're called. Um, I always wanted to have that. They're very expensive now. They didn't used to be. Where's jazz going? Wish I knew where it's going. I want to know where it went. Any bands or players you think never got famous but are Oh, well, listen, every town has a guy you never heard of that plays great. Every town. When I used to travel a lot, every town always had some badass motherfucker, that people would tell me about it, and then the person would reveal himself to me. And, they would want to play a tune. And every town has a guy like that. Why they don't become famous, that I don't know. Bad luck. The only reason I got somewhat of a name is because of Concord Records, which that was luck. That was pure luck. The last thing I wanted to do was get signed to a jazz label. I've told the story many times. I was playing this a pizza joint, and the owner really liked jazz. He recorded me every night, and then I says, "What are you going to do with all this shit, Jack?" He says, "I'm going to get you a record contract. People should know who you are." Yeah, good luck with that. And long story, but that did happen. Otherwise, nobody would know who I am. I'd be the guy in Philly that nobody ever. I don't know. Who knows? Has everything already been done? Jazz going. Uh, I would like to think not. I mean, look at Pasquale Grasso. You know, the headless guitar brand. Yeah, I can't think of the name. There was a company. It was actually one guy. Never played with Jimmy Randy. Loved his playing. His son played good too. Uh, let's see. Stamford, Connecticut had Chris Brazola and South Salvador. Got quite a name. Okay. Country Western guys. Um, Maybe. Okay. I don't know whether a country. I got to play with Roy Clark and Glenn Campbell. Okay. In Vegas. I mean, they weren't performing there, but they came to see somebody I was working for play, and the guitars came out. We played Cherokee. Glenn Campbell and Roy Clark, man, they can play, man. Steinberger, that's the name. That's the name of the guitar. Yeah. Okay, ciao from Italy. Oh, and time in Los. Oh God, in L.A. we're a lot of funny shit happened in L.A. And never got to play with the Danny Gatton. Played great. Always liked his playing. You know, Roy Clark, and Glenn Campbell were session players. Lots of talent. Playing guitar players. Joe Puma, yeah. Didn't record very much. Great player though. Confessions of a Guitar Player. Yeah, Tommy. Yeah, we, me and John Koenig helped Tommy write that book. I think. Great stories. All right, I'm going to end this. I'll have to think about doing this again. Okay, so you can email me, Jimmy Bruno 70, which is my age. Okay, Jimmy Bruno 70 at AOL.com. It's good. And Jimmy Bruno 70 at gmail.com. Okay, those are good. Got to know Joe Pass really well, really, really well. Lithuania. Okay, uh, I'm going to do this again. All right, goodbye. I can't end it. And